Thank you, Jane. Hi, everybody. I'm here today to talk to you about Ocean Frontiers and Compass Point Dive Resort. My name is Lesley Agostinelli, and I'd just like to show you a bit about what we offer. So Compass Point Dive Resort and Ocean Frontiers are located on the east end of Grand Cayman, so offering a nice tranquil setting, but with adventure right on your doorstep for the ultimate dive vacation. Here you can kick back, relax and unwind and escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Just to introduce myself, I am the reservations and marketing manager at Ocean Frontiers, and I've been with the company since 2001. So I've enjoyed watching the company grow from just being a small dive operator right the way through to being a full service dive resort. So it's very special to me. So a little bit about the history of the company. It was founded on Valentine's Day 1996 when Stephen Moe started a small dive operation out here on the East End. The East End was what we would class as the frontiers of the Cayman Islands, being that it was very untouched and untravelled. So it was all done with a purpose to actually see a different side of the island and dive a different side. So starting out with just one dive boat, the company grew, and in 2004 we built Compass Point. So we had a resort on site with the dive shop so that we could introduce our roll out of bed and onto the dive boat diving. Phase 2 was built in 2010, and that was a further 8 one-bedroom units and 2 3-bedroom units. And then lastly, in 2013, Eagle Ray's Bar and Grill opened its doors, so completing our eat, sleep and dream and dive all in one location. So just a map of the island of Grand Cayman, just to show you where we're located in comparison to other areas. So this is the main airport. And as you can see, East End is over here. You've got Georgetown here, and then the main 7-mile strip here. So to get to from the airport to the dive resort, it's about a 45-minute drive. We like to include a rental car in all of our packages, and we work with Avis for that. So when you book your package with Dreamweaver, then the car rental would be collected by yourself from Avis, and then you would take the nice leisurely scenic route to East End and Ocean Frontiers. Like I said, it's about 45 minutes, and it just gives you then the opportunity to transfer yourself to and from the airport, and also the car gives you the freedom to get around whilst you're on island, and also if you wanted to stop and collect groceries or do other activities during your stay. So I'm just going to show you a short video just about, because it is very short. So sorry about that. So at Compass Point and Ocean Frontiers, this is just a general map to give you an idea of the property and what we offer. Obviously, these are the buildings that house the different condominiums. So we have altogether 28 condominiums. So it's a nice small property. There's 9 one-bedroom oceanfront, 9 two-bedroom oceanfront, and then the last phase that we built across the road is 8 one-bedroom and 2 three-bedroom. So we have sort of the ability to cater to individuals, singles, couples, families, and obviously groups as well. So it's nice, once you're on site, you've got everything within your midst. The units, as I said, are all condominiums, so they do all come with a fully equipped kitchen, so they're definitely a home away from home feel about them. All of the oceanfront units have a private patio or balcony, and then you've got a nice beach area also. The units also have Murphy beds in the living rooms, so you can see from this image here. So if it's a family in a one-bedroom, you can sleep up to 4 people, and in a 2-bedroom up to 6 people. So it does give that flexibility, especially with families trying to keep costs down and things like that. These units on this side are on the pool side, so the newer units, and this area also has its own pool, as well as hot tub and barbecue area. The Eagle Ray's Bar and Grill, which is on site, offers breakfast, lunch and dinner daily. We do again include breakfast in all of our packages, so the packages that we offer through Dreamweaver would give you the ability to have the car rental, to have the accommodation, to have the diving included, and then also daily breakfast. You can do lunch and dinner as well, but it's completely up to yourself. The East End does have approximately 10 restaurants within a 10-mile radius, so with the rental car there's obviously an option to go out and explore just in our vicinity, so within sort of a 10-15 minute drive. Pool wise, we've got the 2 pools. We've got what is our dive training pool as well. So it's a nice 10-foot in depth, so great for doing a buddy pool check prior to going out on your dive, or any confined water works that needs to be done with instructors. And then across the road, we've got the resort style pool as well as the hot tub, so nice for a pre-diving sort of just chilling out after. Other activities that are included in the price, so it's free to all guests staying with us. We've got kayaks, paddle boards, as well as bicycles, so if you're feeling a bit adventurous and wanted to sort of head out on the roads to explore the East End a little bit more. We've also got a nice fire pit that's just on the ocean side, which is a great sort of social setting. And again, for groups, it's nice for groups to gather and discuss the dives and such. So to the main encounter would be the diving. So our sort of slogan has always been roll out of bed and onto the dive boat. We do offer that option. You literally would check in, we'd take care of your gear, and offer a full valet service for all of our divers. The East End, we have 55 dive sites that we've made this dive slate for. So there's 27 wall dives and 28 reef dives. We have the ability to dive both the south and the north side of the East End. So because we are on the windward side of the island, it does give us that ability to go to the side that's going to offer the best diving and the calmest waters. This dive slate came about for the main reason being that we were challenging our customers to dive all 55 dives. So if you complete all the 55 dives, then we offer you a green shore party. So The green shorts came about due to our staff uniform, and we thought it'd be a good idea to see if everybody wants to earn their green shorts, just like Tiger Woods gets his green jacket and you get your yellow jersey for the cycling. So once you've completed the 55, we host a little party, and then there's a bronze plaque that is now then cemented into the dock. So it's our sort of walk of fame for divers, and your name will remain in our dock forever after. The dive sites are between 5 and 20-minute boat ride from the resort. So you see the resort's just here coming through the channel, and then the ocean awaits. We currently have 3 brand new limo-style dive boats. These are 46-foot by 16-foot integrity class Newtons. So they were all purchased within the last 5 years. So they are quite state-of-the-art, and have been custom designed by our guys to accommodate divers. So sort of designed for divers by divers. In that we've got plenty of space. We take 14 divers on each boat, and each one has their own individual seating area, their own individual mask rinse bucket. So in sort of the times that we're in now, it's quite good for the social distancing and the sanitizing. The schedules that we offer would be a 2-tank dive each day, 2 tanks in the morning, 2 tanks in the afternoon. It is walls and reefs out here on the East End, nice sheer drop-offs, and extremely pristine condition. There's only 2 other operators on the East End of the island, so there's a lot less boat traffic, a lot less divers in the water, so we don't tend to be able to accommodate cruise ship passengers due to the distance. So it does keep us quite remote and quite pristine. We offer several signature dives as well. So the 2-tank dives that are included in the package, then we also do signature dives. We offer the kiddie wake dive every week as a 1-tank afternoon dive. So you can do the 2-tank morning dive and then head to Georgetown to do the kiddie wake dive. On our group trips, we do a kiddie wake included in the 3-tank safari. So it's a nice touch for groups that we offer, and it's a nice specialty trip. The X dive we offer on a Thursday, which is always a good chance to see the Caribbean reef sharks that we tend to get out here on the East End. And then our Stingray trips, which are all snorkel trips. So we do a nice early dawn trip at 6:30 in the morning. So it's sort of nature at its best without any of the boat traffic. But it would be what I would class as one to put on the bucket list to do. Then we do night dives twice a week. We use a multicolored flashlight, so it offers you the option to do the UV, the red light, and then the warm white colors. So that's always a nice option with the night dive rather than just your regular white light. We also have a coral nursery out here on the East End, which was founded in 2016, and it was the first one in Grand Cayman. We've now been out planting from the coral nursery, and this is a great example of the growth that's come about, showing basically when we were out planting in 2017 to 2 years later in 2019. So that's always a positive. We do a coral nursery program, so if you did want to sort of roll up your sleeves and do some cleaning on the nursery, then that's always an option as an afternoon trip. Macro dives are also a good option. We tend to do those on a Friday afternoon if you want to get that last dive in that's very shallow, and the ability to see the smaller things. We do every year coral spawning, which we've been doing now since 2002. It was Steve and Dr. Alex Mustard that have basically narrowed it down to pretty much being spot on. Last week was coral spawning for us, and again it happened, and we were able to take 3 boats out with residents, which was obviously, we would rather have the groups, but it was nice to get the residents out and get the residents excited about the coral spawning. We are a PADI and an SSI dive centre, so offer a full range of courses. If we can do referral dives if that was the case, and plenty of sort of training abilities if people wanted to do any continued education. So just to recap on why Ocean Frontiers, basically we like to see ourselves as the experts in East End. We are very much a family organisation, and it is all part of being, everybody's part of the family. So offering great service and nice eco-conscious staff, as well as obviously our ability to offer all of the things that divers want, from the freedom to the high safety standards. And why Compass Point would be, it is your home away from home. It's small and intimate, and again, guest freedom, and divers are welcome, and you couldn't beat the $1 million view that you would get from your private patio or balcony. So I'm going to close there and offer up any questions.
We do have some questions for you, Lesley.
Okay.
I think the one I've gotten the most of is, what side of the road do they drive on there in Grand Cayman?
We drive on the left.
They drive on the wrong side.
I was going to say. Yes, it's the colonial background, isn't it? But it is, driving wise, from the airport to the East End, it is basically one road out. So you're not sort of, you know, encountering your freeways and highways and lots of traffic. So it is actually, you're following the coastline, which is a pretty nice drive. So.
Awesome. Perfect. I had a couple people ask me about shore diving. Is there shore diving there?
The East End doesn't lend itself too well to shore diving, which is why we do offer afternoon trips as well. So there are a couple of sites that can be dived from shore from the East End, and we do offer tanks for that. However, it is very much what we would call adventure shore diving, in that it's not like Sunset House or Eden Rock where you can just go down the ladder and enter the water. You are sort of climbing over, you know, iron shore, and it's quite big swim out. So again, another bonus for having the car. If you wanted to do afternoon shore dives, then you've got the car to head over to the west side and do, you know, a nice late afternoon shore dive.
Perfect. What about snorkeling? Is the snorkeling out on the East End wonderful?
It is, yes. Yes, we do offer, for those non-divers, we do offer snorkel trips. We've got several different snorkel trips out on the East End. So there's some really nice sites within sort of depth-wise around 15 to 20 feet. So there's daily snorkel trips, whether it be a 3-stop East End snorkel or an X snorkel, which is a one-directional snorkel, that there's always those options available.
Perfect. So those that are coming on their own as individual divers, do they have the opportunity to do the kitty-wake dive?
Yes, we offer the kitty-wake on a Tuesday afternoon as a 1-tank dive. So that can always be added to the package.
Perfect. And then the X dive, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the X dive it's a one-directional without current, so to speak. So we typically go to what we would call the corner of East End, which is where we tend to often see the Caribbean reef sharks. And so the boat would drop you off, and then basically you would swim to the next dive site. So it's just a nice and unique, in a way of sort of covering a large area and seeing some pretty amazing sea life.
That's awesome. So I did have someone ask, what is the Kitty Wake?
The Kitty Wake is a wreck that is, that's over on the west side of the island that was sunk now, I'm going to say it's going to be close to 10 years. And it's a great wreck to do if it's your first time wreck. It's also available for snorkelers. So we do a mix of divers and snorkelers if that was, you know, your preference. And it's nice, you can penetrate. Maximum depth on it is around 70 feet. So it's a nice, easy but interesting wreck, I would say, and the growth has now started coming along, and the fish life has now taken home, so it's a good wreck.
So besides the east end, do you go north and south as well?
We do like our 3 tank safaris tend to go to areas that we don't typically do on a regular 2 tanks. So we would go further afield to the north or the south side of the island, so covering the whole spectrum.
Perfect. So now I'm going to ask the question. Currently, the Cayman Islands are closed for tourists. Is there a date, and do you know when we'll be opening, and if there will be restrictions or requirements to enter?
Okay, it keeps changing. At the moment, it is scheduled that the soft opening is going to be on the 1st of October. So the soft opening being, to how I interpret it, or how we interpret it, is not aimed at your 7-day, 5-day vacationer. It's more aimed at your long-term sort of people that have either got property here, so they're going to stay longer than a month, so to speak. So they are not doing any commercial flights through October. It is just Cayman Airways and British Airways that will be bringing people in. But it will be based on, you will need to do a COVID test 72 hours prior. You have to apply to visit, and then you would be issued with a geocaching bracelet and have to stay in your property for 14 days, at which time then you'd be tested. If you're negative, then you would be free to join the community. We're hoping, based on this, that come November, December, they will open back up to the commercial flights and be more accommodating to the 7-night visitor, and obviously to our divers. So that is our hope, and that's what sort of we're pushing for and rooting for. It might come with some stipulation of a COVID test, but I think it would likely, they would drop the self-isolating quarantine, because obviously it's just not practical for someone coming for that length of time.
Perfect. We'll keep our fingers crossed, Lesley.
Me too.
We did have someone ask, and I'll go ahead and answer this question. Yes, the direct flights from Denver to Grand Cayman are still there, or will be there when we can actually get there from Denver. And our group trip, which is scheduled in March, we currently have the direct flights booked for that group. They are not daily flights, they're typically twice a week. So whoever would ask me about that, that's the answer to that. Also had a question, Lesley. Someone was asking if they're not comfortable driving a car on that side of the road, can you get to the resort without having a car?
You can, yes. There are transfer services that are offered. So if you wanted to, you could get the transfer, get to the resort, and then whilst at the resort, I mean, if you did want groceries now, because of the times, all of the grocery stores now offer delivery service, and so does the liquor store, if that was something that you were, you know, concerned about. There's, like I said, Eagle Rays is on site, and then Tucker, which is a Caribbean, Australian flair sort of restaurant that's about 5 minutes away. They would offer a shuttle service, so they would pick you up and drop you off. So that's a nice touch. So it is possible to do it without a car, yes.
So the nice thing about Compass Point is you have the full kitchens. I have some people asking, are there grocery stores nearby or on the way to Compass Point?
Yeah, there's a small grocery store in East End, but what we would recommend is stopping at the larger grocery store on your way to the East End, just to get the wider choice of products. Perfect.
If anyone else has any specific questions, if not, I'm going to go ahead and thank you so much, Lesley, for being here tonight. Thanks for your support, and we just can't wait to get there in March and bring you guys a group. Right now, I'd like to encourage everyone watching to go ahead and check out the resort and the dive shop at Compass Point and Ocean Frontiers, Grand Cayman. We have a group trip there, once again, March 20th to 27th, and we do have space available on the group trip. I had a question that said, what if I want to go, but I want to wait till Cayman opens? You absolutely can. We've got space available right now, and it'll just be based on availability. We do have 2 more presentations this evening that you don't want to miss. We have a listing of all the presentations on our websites. So if you go to www.dreamweavertravel.com or weaversdive.com, you can see a list of all of those, and you can get signed up right there. We do have a gear sale, the best prices of the year, and that'll be coming up this weekend, September 19th and 20th. If you want to stop by and say hi and grab the gear that you need for your next trip, that would be fantastic. So Lesley, once again, right when you're getting a drink, I'm going to ask you, can you repeat to us what exactly the prize is for this evening?
Okay, so for this evening, for listening to me, you enter into a prize draw for 5 nights accommodation in a 1-bedroom oceanfront at Compass Point Dive Resort, and 4 days of 2-tank dives for 2 divers.
That's awesome. That's a great one.
I know a couple people who definitely want to win this one, so. So Steve, do you want to go ahead and get the wheel ready? And
sure.
We're going to ask everyone to turn their cameras on because we want to make sure we get to see you jumping for joy when you win this great prize.
Don't unmute everyone yet, though, Jane.
You got it.
Just want to say another quick thank you to Lesley for joining us all the way from Grand Cayman.
Thank you.
And, showing us some beautiful images of the Cayman Islands. I can't wait to go back. The last time I was in Cayman, I was staying on the other end, 7 Mile Beach area, but we drove all the way out to Compass Point to have lionfish tacos at the restaurant for lunch, which are amazing and well worth the drive to come out there for that. So,
Audrey agrees.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
great.
Taco is my favorite restaurant in Grand Cayman. I love it.